EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. At the 27-yard line.
Here we go, set. 33, yellow. Drill, ready?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. 1-yard gain. You look at the Steeler defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
With their lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And it takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was able to that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, grasshopper. Patience. Early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
Cut.
Third down, Young from the gun. March right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will roll it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
At the 29-yard line.
Give them credit for trying, but there was no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Ready.
Here's Nix. Pass complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown game.
There he goes, right side. He's going to take it on for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf, 57 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's all good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Fight, 97.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Ready.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Steelers 7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
That's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting room. Yeah, we know where it would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in the conference. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week.
Okay, right.
And he can't do it all on one
Black
throw.
open. Down. Black. Mega. Set.
possession. Young. Oh, as good as he threw it there. Now it winds up incomplete.
They're starting this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover. But I love their fight. Planted their feet and forcing completion on first down.
Come on, set. Right, set.
Young now. And this is incomplete. It looked like a sure 6 points, but he cannot get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Ready,
The
ready.
chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat.
Here we
This
go.
is 3rd and long.
52 bull. Hey, go Fury. Ready?
Young to throw it. Touchdown Colts. Alec Pierce, 27 yards. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The quarterbacks are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see if this drive will have again.
Yeah, kind of time for I think that's a tough part for them and for him because, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
To throw, here's Nix. Catch is made by Metcalf. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
32 yards. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard
To
line.
throw is Nix. That's going to be incomplete. And look at this Colt defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Bombers.
Now it's Nix. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Boswell's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players, working athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
A great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here we go. Here we go. 10. Cut.
Yo. Out of bounds, just shy of the 45 yards on the play. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set, hut. 50, green.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Young going to get up on the touch pass. Great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It's a loss of 2.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try to defend it in the game.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go, set. 45, wide. Right. Ready?
To the air once more, Young. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Blue black. 60 red. 60 red. Beetle blue. Slide blue. Steal. Chest steal. Set, cut.
They're going to try and throw. And that is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Off the play fake, Nix. And a short pass pulled in by Washington. After taking it a little bit further down inside the 40.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Captain. Joe. Away. Ready.
Throwing Nix. Calls it in. And they're going to about 21 yards.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking the field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's good for a Colts. First down. First
Ready.
and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Black 40.
Downs going in motion left.
Ready.
Young again on the keeper. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, the quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Let's go now. Blue striker. Yellow 40. Claws red. Drill green. Shot 17. Smash red. Set.
To throw, Young. And that'll throw incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Coach said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this
Here we go,
situation, the
set.
rush one, hitting the
60
quarterback
red.
and forcing him into
60
an
red.
incompletion.
Striker. Striker. Ready. Ready.
Young to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball. It falls incomplete.
And when you present 5 wide receivers in a pattern, that asks a lot of your offensive line because sometimes thought you bring a little extra pressure towards the quarterback. They've got to protect, and the ball has to come out fast as well. That one was knocked away.
On the double.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain of the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
Blue 32. 6. Mega. Smash. Smash. Rail. Hut.
And they just get the play off. Now Young. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. It's got to affect him a little bit. He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Ready.
Operating from the ground, here's Hicks. Oh, the ball comes out and they hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Steelers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They had their 6-game winning streak snapped a week ago, but still, it's a team that's playing pretty darn well.
Like the old song says, accentuate the positive. I think that's exactly what this team's going to do. If you've won 6 in a row, you know you're doing something right in your life. So I think the win loss is really going to discourage them.
Catch number 44 first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. DJ Shark from 30 yards out. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Extra point put through by Roswell. And it's now 21-17.
21. Steelers 17.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. We asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, we prepared for this. And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up to screen the Taylor. And they work this right upfield across the 35. A first down there on pick up the 25.
And the Colts first down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
Now Young. And the Steeler pressure trying through. He's going to go down. 10-yard loss on the play. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. 10 black.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Young. And this throw incomplete. He's putting it up over that time, but it's going to lead into 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting the game.
Ready. Eagle 33. Yellow. Ultra.
Motion man right, that's Pierce.
Hut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. They were scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground, brings up 4th down. 4th down, the Colts will call Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Deep to return is Scotty Miller. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
Their own 12-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical. They want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
It's a gain of 7.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
They'll play action in this.
is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This is taken in. It's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
21.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't get this to the 12-yard line as he's down at the 19.
First down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And that is incomplete. Took a shot going first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converted on his man and broke the play out.
Black 40. Mega. Ready.
Young. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get this past the 20 feet before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, he was a busy man out the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try to run for the front to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready, set. Let's go. Black Ultra. 52 book.
Young is set to throw. And with a hit as he releases it, and not far incomplete.
Let me hear a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Ready.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60 red.
They'll set up the throw. And Steeler patience and rusher. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd and 19.
Ready.
Here's Young. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, with nothing else, they were able to pick up 1 first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happened after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A solid punt, also a nice return there of 14 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Next to the air. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now a timeout taken.
It's
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Here's Nix. This one too low.
This is a perfect example of what separates elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on the football.
The first down now. This is Johnson. And we're going to get timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
For the field goal, a 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on a return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scandal because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. The Blues both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ike 44. Bombers. Joe. Olay. Captain.
Here's Nix. That is incomplete.
Looks like they went with a combo play there. Nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Bombers. Oh, I said. Ready.
Looking to throw. Nix. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Captain. Oh, my son.
Back to throw. Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs.
Here we go.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Olay. Bombers. Joe.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team there, we kept it within range. The other side said, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, starting with 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
Okay,
the
ready?
Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they're going to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Got it? Clause red. Yellow, 22. Ultra. Go. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Young. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure is starting to close in. He's just got to throw this one away.
52 blue. Steal. Check steal. Ready?
Now here's Young. Incomplete.
That defensive end is what he should have held on to. But when you're hitting elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
On the ready?
Deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on 4th down.
Red, cluster, 6.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Pull out. Motion, motion. Olay, olay, olay. Olay, olay, olay.
Now it's Nix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
To throw, here's Nix. This one is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
56-yard attempt.
And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take it.
And this one will not get there. It's out to the left anyway. It's no good. And that'll to keep this a 9-point game.
Now, this was a clear day in September. I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Throwing, Young. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ready. Black on yellow. 43. Hut.
Young now. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Okay, right? Go, 38.
First down, Colts.
Let's go. Black 40. Ready?
Looking to throw, Young. Delivers another one to Pierce. They're getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. They stopped up early and taking it down to 14.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Young keeps it moving right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football on this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it.
That is right down. Taken down to the 25. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
Spencer Schrader on for the Colts field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get him back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. But the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead.
30. Rigoberto Sanchez, the kickoff for Indianapolis.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from the last drive. When you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had enough room.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. And he whips that one incomplete there.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Bombers. Oh, my God.
To throw is Nix. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Joe. Oh, my God. Olay. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's once again complete to Chark. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line.
44. Oh, my God.
Jacobs going to try to move. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 75 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, so this is a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll try and get away here on 2nd down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, my God.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And less than a
Well,
yard.
it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the 4th down stop has them in the driver's seat. Now we'll see if they can put points on the board to strengthen this slow lead. At the very least, they'd love to march this football out of their own territory and chew up some 4th quarter clock.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't come in. This is a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances of trying to win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
That's good for Colts.
Set.
1st down.
Sit. Mega. Set.
Young to throw it. From left side complete. That's Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ready. 10 black. Ready.
Young now from the 50. He's going up top for Taylor. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Ultimately, he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Bombers.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hicks. And Sharp pulls it in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. They'll look to throw. He's going to run flat. It's caught the 25.
What a time for Lux defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts
at the 4-yard line
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 1st and goal.
Hold my set. Ready. 180.
Johnson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done when they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone? And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And now an audible here into something else.
Joe. Bombers.
They'll try and throw for it. That is intercepted. Oh, no, what's the football? Put this again. So possession will stay the same.
Steelers 36, Colts 31. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you have games where it just doesn't go well with your interceptions results. So really, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you have, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to win.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Able to corral him and he fights through.
And they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go, set. Set, cut.
Taylor is going to take this one on for a Colts touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Here's Young. That one's incomplete. So they can't convert for two, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth.
36. Rigoberto
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles. It was better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here comes second down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. On a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout.
Hold on, set. Bombers, bomb, ready. Ready,
Back to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chubb. That's caught inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And the Steelers have won the game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Steelers, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.